The prayer she almost didn't pray. Told by G.R. Mercy. Sometimes the most powerful prayers are the ones we almost never say. It was late, the kind of late where the world is quiet, but your thoughts are loud. Monica sat at the edge of her bed, her laptop still open, the glow from the screen lighting the room. Another rejection email. Another closed door. Another reminder that the life she thought she'd have by now hadn't happened. Her friends were married, buying homes, posting smiling family photos. Meanwhile, she felt like she was standing still, watching everyone else move forward. She rubbed her temples and sighed. God, I'm tired. It hadn't always felt like this. There was a time when her faith felt easy, when she believed God had a beautiful plan for her life. But lately, every prayer felt unanswered. Every step forward seemed to turn into 2 steps back. And tonight, she didn't feel like praying. Not because she didn't believe in God, but because she wasn't sure she had the strength to ask again. She closed her laptop and leaned back against the wall. Maybe this is just how life is, she whispered. Quiet disappointment, quiet acceptance, quiet letting go. But the story didn't end there. Her Bible sat on the nightstand. She hadn't opened it in weeks. Not because she didn't want to, but because sometimes the silence between prayers feels heavier than the prayers themselves. Still, something nudged her. Not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet thought. Open it. She sighed and reached for it. The pages fell open without effort. Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. Her eyes landed on the words, "Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." She read it again. "Call to me. I will answer you." Something inside her cracked open. Not anger, not frustration, but honesty. The kind of honesty God had been waiting for. She closed her eyes. God, I don't even know what to ask for anymore. Her voice shook. I feel like I've done everything right. I trusted you. I prayed. I waited. And I'm still here. Silence filled the room. But this time, it didn't feel empty. So she kept talking. Not polished prayers, not church words, just truth. I'm scared my life isn't going to turn out the way I hoped. Tears rolled down her face. And I'm scared to hope again. For a moment, the room was completely still. Then a quiet thought passed through her heart, so gently she almost missed it. You're not stuck. She inhaled sharply. The thought didn't feel like her own. You're being prepared. Another breath. Trust the chapter you're in. The tears kept falling, but something felt different. Not solved, not finished, but lighter, like someone had just stepped into the room. Sometimes we think hearing from God means thunder from the sky or a voice that shakes the walls. But often, God speaks in the quiet, in the moment when our guard drops, in the prayer we almost didn't pray. Monica didn't receive a full life plan that night, but she received something better: peace. And sometimes, peace is the first sign that God is already moving. And that is another story of God's glory. This is G.R. Mercy. Thank you for tuning in to Grace Glow Flow. Subscribe for more stories of faith, scripture, and God's glory.